Zach, my boy, what are you made of? Seriously, what can you be made of to be electrocuted, stabbed, sliced, shot at? You name it, he's been through it. And he's still able to walk all the way up to the very end of this episode. Respects out to Zach. And of course, with that being said, the whole entire series of Angels of Death has been getting better and better. I do understand it had slow points in the beginning, but right now, things are getting way better now because the characters are starting to develop. They're really starting to shine than they did before, which is good. But then again, that's the point of RPG Maker games. You always play as some girl you know so little about. Then as you further go through the game, the more you know about them, and their situation becomes even more dire than it was before. It's shown in this episode. However, Rachel, you're psychotic. You're a narcissist. A narcissist is someone who's completely selfish. They only really care about themselves. They also cause misery with those around them, pretty much. Misfortune. Say what Priest Gray said to Rachel. Because her true colors are starting to be shown. As I said before, Father Gray was there to pretty much to judge Rachel. As she went through the floors to help Zach out, he was thinking maybe this girl has a noble heart after all. Because she was doing all this to help out Zach. But however, the first thing he took in conclusion was when he asked, why are you doing this? Why do you want to save Zach's life? Because she said, if Zach would die, that would be a problem for her. It wasn't because she wants to save Zach because she doesn't see him in pain or anything like that. It's so that Zach can kill her. And yes, Zach is a murderer and she's a heartless child, but Zach, I think in a different way, would have a better reason why you're protecting someone, which he have shown in this episode. Rachel's thing was because he swore to God. He swore to God that he will kill her. And because of that, she's been doing her best to keep Zach alive. So when they escape, he will kill her because he swore to God. So the preacher, however, says something like this. What if it isn't God's will for Zach to kill you? And she made that face, that disgust face. Like, there's a time when you see those very, very extreme religious Christians. I am a Christian myself, but there are those who take it to the extreme where they'll actually start using the Bible's words to justify their means. And this has been shown out throughout history. Some of the greatest purges, the Crusades, witch hunts, all that happened because of extreme religional people couldn't stand a certain group or race or kind of people, and they would use that God's words in order to justify their killings. So the eyes of the people, even in Europe, where especially in Europe, where they would hang people or torture them or set their villages on fire. And they'll use the most crazy excuses. The excuses you would look like a crazy person if you were to use them. But I'm afraid to even this day, there's still people like that in the world. Where they'll use their beliefs to justify their means, no matter what happens. Consequences be damned. And Rachel is one of these people. So, Priest Gray says something that really caught my eye. Well, my ears, I guess. It was him saying that Zach is a very pure person. He's a pure-hearted person. Despite him being a murderer, a very intimidating, strong human being, he is truly pure at heart. He is a man of his word. He has his values and standards. He will care for you if you stick around with him for a while. It even showed in his past. And speaking of the past, a certain viewer commented actually saying that Zach, that part between Zach and the old man is actually from a light novel. So props to you for passing me that out. That's good to know. So it's good to know that they're using also light novel adaptation stuff to help this series out. So I find that pretty interesting. So thanks a lot for that. I really appreciate it, by the way. So if you're listening to this, thanks. Now back to Zach. Zach, like I said before, is a pure-hearted person. He shows that he can care for people. He shows that he is determined and he has a passionate heart for things, despite him being a murderer. That's it. This will be the first time I seen someone who was an assassin or a killer but had an extreme heart. They couldn't stand liars. They didn't like stealing or anything like that. They were very modest people. They just killed because they just felt themselves as monsters. Compared to Rachel, however, who is very weak, but however, she's very heartless. All she really does is care for herself, and she hates hearing this. And it shows once again when she meets Zach during the end of the show, where Zach tells her that God does not exist in this world, and she freaked out, man. She completely loses her shit, and just like, no, it can't be, and is lying, and something in Rachel's past that caused her to be a narcissistic psychopath. And it has something to do with her parents in an extreme religion. I'm saying she could be from a religious cult or something like that. And their beliefs in God were to the extreme, to the point that they would start making up their own things or taking some verses out of the Bible and just completely taking them out of context to justify their killings. I believe something like that happened with Rachel, some way or another. And by the way, Danny is still alive. And Danny is a more freak than I already thought he was. Even Priest Gray said that Danny just changed. But however, all the people in the place started to change when Rachel came. And one of the perfect examples is Danny, Dr. Danny. Call him Double D. So he became obsessed with eyes. You see him now, he has 2 pupils in one of his eyes, and that's freaky as hell. Pretty cool though. I wonder if people can do that today. Have a contact lens that has 2 pupils. That'd be pretty cool. They do Sharingan. I'm pretty sure they do 2 pupils as well. Anyways, I'm off topic here. Now, Dr. Danny wants to kill Rachel because her eyes. She's alive, but the eyes are dead. She is silent, but they're beautiful. So he wants to kill her, but he wants her eyes more than he wants to kill her. So as him and Zach were talking, Zach was pretty much, I want to kill her. But he was like, okay, you can kill her, but give her eyes to me. So all he really cared about was the eyes. He's obsessed with people's eyes. And this will be the first time I've seen some crazy man obsessed with eyes. I remember that one movie, See No Evil, with the WWE superstar Kane was in it, and he would steal the eyes of the people he killed because it's something to do with his mother's religious beliefs, and it caused him to become a madman. So that reminded me of that movie and some other things as well. Probably Jeepers Creepers in a way too, but that's with different parts. But nonetheless, Zach showed how he does care for Rachel. Even though Rachel right now is showing emotion in this episode, he still didn't have intent to kill her, because they're not out of the place yet, of course. But still, nonetheless, I think Zach is starting to grow attached to her in a way, despite the promise he made. And he is a man of his word, so we'll see what will happen. But nonetheless, this episode was pretty good. Rachel was able to do and willing to do anything to help Zach out, even if it means to kill other people. She even said, hey man, I'll pop a cap in Dr. Danny if I have to, but now you ain't doing that. You're going to get yourself killed. Even though Dr. Daniel seems like he's not dangerous, he's kind of a wimp, when you actually think about it. So yes, Angels of Death, episode 9. We only have 3 episodes left, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm enjoying it right now. It's not my most favorite of the season, but it's doing better than what it was before. It's making me more excited to see it every Friday. It's not Happy Sugar Life or High School Girl excited, but it's still exciting nonetheless. So I have to give it prop for that. So good job. So yeah, that's all I got for Angels of Death episode 9 review. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. What are your theories on Rachel and Zach? And what will happen next between the two? How will Rachel find a way to save Zach? And what is Dr. Danny planning to do as well? Same as Father Gray as well. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share if you could, and of course hit the bell icon so you get updated every time I upload. Wow, I said that right this time. I have been Madcrownxox, and I'm signing out. Have a good one.